All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope that you're doing well. Listen. It's a wonderful Wednesday morning with yours truly, DNP Speaks. Welcome to Family Morning Transformation. I am so glad to be in front of you on this morning. I apologize for Monday. I had a little issue going on with technology. It's just whatever it is, right? But we're here, we're live. It's a wonderful Wednesday morning. I hope that you and your family are doing well. Listen. I want you to take in what I'm about to say to you before we get in today's morning session. That your family, I'll say it just like this: your family is the key to prosperity, good health, and good times. Your family is the key to prosperity and good times. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying that to you all this morning? Because that's what I believe. When you have strong family bonds, when you have strong family conversations, strong family togetherness, you can make more. You can do more. You have peace. You have what you need to make it. Now, everybody's story is not that. It's not that story. It's not that situation, but it can be if you work on it. So I just wanted to give you that this morning. So today we're doing part 2, and it's about letting your kids know that their lives they mean more. Excuse me. So let me do that again. Let your kids know that their lives mean more than what they think. So part 2, so yesterday I talked about how you have to let your children know that their lives are important. Today I want to talk about a lot of kids don't feel like they're important, right? But they start doing things as far as the drinking, the smoking, the promiscuous ways, and then they become angry when you start to show. They start becoming angry when they don't know what to do with their anger. Does that make sense? Because a lot of kids don't know what to do with their anger. They lash out at mom, they lash out at dad, they lash out at the principal, they lash out at this person, they lash out at that person. They cuss this person out, they cuss their mother or father out, they cuss their siblings out, they fight with their siblings, they fight with the grandma, they fight with the police officer at school, they fight with the principal or teacher at school. They find some way to get that anger out because they don't know what to do with it. Because nobody, I won't say nobody, but it's hard when you haven't had someone to teach you how or what's the right way to deal with your anger, to deal with how you feel about yourself, because there's a lot of children out there, and we can be honest, there's a lot of children out here that have several behaviors, right? They have several behaviors just going on. Emotional behavior, physical behavior, verbal behavior, psychological behavior, manipulation, right? Uh, um, all kinds of different behaviors that they're displaying because they don't feel that they're worth happiness. They don't feel that they're worth peace. They don't feel that they're worth anybody to love them the way that it's supposed to be loved. And we find a lot of children acting out, doing the smoking, drinking, having a lot of sex. We're going to put it out there today, having a lot of sex, smoking weed, doing all of these things that they know that they weren't brought up on. And it's not, a lot of kids, of course, they experiment because they experiment with friends, and that's not good. I'm talking about some of your children or grandchildren, your niece or nephew, that don't believe that their lives are worth a lot because of divorce in the home, because of problems in the home because of how they think about themselves, as I stated, how they look at themselves, how they look at their own lives, how they look at their own future. A lot of kids don't believe that they have a future. They're only living for right now. And because they're only living for right now, and they're just in a place on their mindset, their mind is set at a certain level of problems. I'll say it again. When we think about mindset, so there's a YouTuber I listen to. His name is Dr. Myron Golden. He's amazing. Look him up on YouTube. He talks about mindset, and he simply said, I'm a paraphrase of what I got. When you have a certain mindset, your mind is set at a certain level. But I'm just going to go a little bit further, especially when it comes to your child and your family. If your child's mind is set at low, at a place that is not well, that is not safe, that is not producing great things or great reactions or great decision making, right? And they look at themselves at this particular level and it's not helping them grow, it's stunting their growth. They're like I said, they're drinking, they're smoking, they're doing all these things. They're not wanting to change, and they don't want to go to another level of consciousness and thought producing action that's going to help them grow. But they're at this set level that can be dangerous. Excuse me. That could be dangerous. The reason why it can be dangerous is because if they don't change where their mind is set at, things can be worse. It can become worse. And not only is their mind becoming worse, their thought process is becoming worse. And you don't want that. You should never want that for your child. You should never want that for them, because not only are they drinking and smoking and sexing, they're not even wanting or trying to grow or trying to change or trying to make adjustments that are necessary. And that's a scary place to be in when it comes to your child. They don't know that. It's like they're on a roller coaster to worse. And they're trying to get off this ride, this destructive ride. Your children are being, they're on this path of destruction, and we got to stop the train. We got to stop the car. We got to stop it from moving in that direction. A lot of your kids are on this negative journey, this negative pathway, and we got to get them off of that pathway. But one of the things that you have to do to get your child to change their thought process, that mindset that they have, you got to continuously, constantly talk to them and say, listen, you have to change. There is better for you. You constantly have to tell them that. It's like you have to tell somebody that, I have an example. It's leaving me. Give me 1 second. There was one example that I wanted to bring out because it's not in my notes. I can't think of it. It came to me and then it left me. Maybe I'll come back. But your child has to change. Your child has to be renewed in their mind, because we're losing our children. Not only are we losing our children to the streets and to drugs and prostitution, we're losing our children's mind. They don't have happiness and joy. This generation is suffering. And they come back into your home with everything that they have picked up from their friends. They picked up from parties, picked up from school, picked up from their job. And our job is to be on guard, but make a safe place for them to talk, And if they're not talking, we still have to make a safe place when we talk to them, when we have our conversations with them, because they still need it, whether they want to hear it or not. A good parent is not so much always worried about if they got an attitude or not. That child needs what you have. And we have to be able to give them sound information and direction and pour into them wisdom. Does that make sense? Am I making sense this morning? Your child has to know, needs to know that their lives are very important. I'll say it again, that their lives are very important. Because if they don't know their lives are important, how can they change? If they don't know that their lives are important, how can they make adjustments? If they don't know their lives are important, how can they love themselves? How can they start the process of loving themselves to love you again, to like you again? Just let that sink in for a moment. We are losing our children daily. They still might be here physically, but mentally and emotionally, they're gone. And we got to go retrieve them back. We got to go snatch them back. The enemy, this world, will try to suck everything out of them and allow them to just be nothing. But we can't allow that. We got to do better. We got to protect them from things that they see, but especially things they don't see. And that's where a lot of the confrontations go on in the house because, oh, he's not bad to hang around. Oh, mom, she's not bad to hang around. Oh, mom, they're not bad about hanging around. Oh, mom, it's not a big deal. Everybody's doing it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if everybody's going to that party. You're not going. It doesn't matter if everybody's doing this. You're not going because I can see further than you can. And parents, you should be able, I'm gonna say it again, you should be able to see much further than your child. But if your focus, I'm gonna put it like this, if your focus is somewhere else, if your focus is on a man, if your focus is on your lady and you're not taking care of your child, there's a problem with your parenting. There's an issue with your parenting. If you're putting all this time and effort into another human being, but you're not putting effort and time and serious time into your children that come from your womb, but you have put that person, that man or that woman in the place of your children, you're wrong. And probably this is why some of our children don't think of themselves in a high regard because some parents don't even put them there. They don't even put the time and effort to show them that I care about you. I want to see you succeed. We got to be very careful who we, I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but we got to be very careful who we bring around our kids. Why am I going here? I know why I'm going here. I ain't going to say why I don't. I'm coming here. I'm saying this because it needs to be said. So I won't go too far, but you got to be careful who you bring around your kids. And why am I saying this? We're still talking about the kids knowing who they are. Because if you are not spending enough of time and you spending all this time with your boyfriend or girlfriend or the significant other and your child is suffering, that's your fault. Because you put them above your child. And that should never go. It should be a balance. If that woman or that man is worth that time over time and that child is there, they should be able to seamlessly, hopefully, prayerfully, be able to mesh together because you did it slowly and not aggressively. I digress. Make sure you tell your children that you care about them. Make sure they know that their lives are more important than they think of themselves. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. If I offended anybody, please forgive me, but I'm not in the business of just worrying about people's feelings all the time. I want to tell the truth because the truth will what? It will set you free. If you're looking for family help, family support, family change, family togetherness, and you don't have that, and you want that, you know that you want it, you want to change, you want your family to change, it's going to take a good effort from you as the parent. It's going to take a good effort from you as the father or the grandmother. Listen, if you want to bring your family back together, I have a program called the Family Reconnection Program. I'm here to help you. I'm here for your family. I want your family to succeed. I don't want them to keep dealing with the things that you're dealing with. I want your family to succeed. If you're ready, if you're willing, and you're open to help and change, and for your family to be the best that it's ever been, I want you to go over to my social media pages on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I want you to, and TikTok. I want you to click on the link. I want you to sign up for your free 30-minute consultation call. Check out all my videos. I have a new video I'm going to be putting up this morning. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I want to show you some information, but I want you to know I'll be back on here at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow to help you and your family grow. This is Family Morning Transformation with DMP Speaks, and I'll see you in the morning.